What is up, Critics? In this video, we'll be talking about this week's Double Money Event Week, as well as the property and vehicle discounts. This event week is for November 4th through November 10th, 2021. The current prize ride for this week is the Ubermacht Cypher. This car is primarily based on the BMW M2, specifically the F87. Now, this car was on the prize ride about 2 months ago, so I'm not sure why Rockstar is repeating it again when they still haven't put the Comet S2 or the Sultan Classic RS on the prize ride yet. But anyways, to get the Cypher for free this week, you have to place top 4 in an LS CarMate Series race for 6 days in a row. So almost every day of the event week, which is pretty insane. I know not everybody has the time to get online every single day of the week, but it is what it is for this week. Anyways, this car is in the sports car class and isn't very quick in that class or even in the tuner subclass either. It's more of a car you buy more for its styling, customization, and the driving experience as well, rather than its performance. The Cypher has a normal price of about $1.5 million and a trade price of about $1.1 million. Now, in terms of the test drive vehicles for this week, we have the Previon, ZR350, and the Fudo GTX. Now, in terms of the casino podium vehicle, we have the Lampadati Casco. Now, this vehicle is primarily based on a combination of a few different Italian cars from the late 50s and early 70s, such as the Maserati 3500 GT and the Ferrari 250 GT as well. It normally costs about $900,000 and has a trade price of about $680,000. Now, in terms of performance, this car is in the Sports Classics class and isn't really the best for lap time. However, it does have a pretty respectable top speed for being such an older sports car. Now, unfortunately, this car basically has no visual customization, but it's still a pretty nice car to drive and own. So, is the Casco worth attempting to win by spinning the lucky wheel over and over this week? Well, if you don't own one and you like the look of classic cars, I would probably spin the wheel a couple times to get it this week, but it's not crazy expensive, so I really wouldn't worry about winning it too much. So, starting off with the property discounts, we have 40% off the high-end apartments and the stilt houses this week as well. So if you've been wanting to move around to different apartment locations or the stilt houses as well, now is the best time to do that. Moving on to vehicle discounts, we have 40% off the armored Kuruma. Now, this is one of the best deals we've had in a while, and I highly recommend it because of how useful it is for certain missions and setups. However, at the time I'm recording this, the regular Kuruma is still bugged and broken with the armored Kuruma windows, and it costs less than $100,000. This eventually will most likely be patched when the December DLC comes around, so I'd highly recommend getting the actual armored version for now since it's on sale, because the regular one won't have that bug forever. Moving on to the Warstock website, we have 40% off the Karen Technical. One of the most useless vehicles in the game, at least in my opinion. Even the custom version of this is still pretty bad. Moving along, the regular Insurgent is 40% off this week, a great armored vehicle to own. However, the Insurgent Pickup Custom is just a bit better. And speaking of the Insurgent Pickup, that one is 40% off this week as well. However, the custom conversion cost for it is still normal price this week. Also, please ignore the free price I have here. That is from one of the old December event weeks when they gifted it to everyone. Next up, we have 40% off the HYDRA. This is still my favorite jet in the game with its vertical takeoff and other features as well. One of the most infamous jets alongside the laser. Moving along, we have 40% off the VALKYRE. Now, this weaponized helicopter was pretty cool when it first released, but there are just much better helicopters out there. Next up, we have 40% off the Savage. This is currently the only helicopter in-game that has the explosive cannons that do not require a co-pilot. Moving on to the latest Travels website, we have 40% off the Velum 5-seater. Now, this thing is a bit overpriced for what it is, and not that quick either. And that's it for vehicle discounts. All of these vehicles on sale this week are from the original Heist update, which is definitely very interesting. I wonder what Rockstar's planning. In terms of login items, you can get this Karen t-shirt for free just for logging in this week, which is pretty awesome. In terms of weapon discounts, we have 30% off all weapons in game, 50% off body armor, which really isn't all that expensive to begin with, but half price body armor is pretty nice, And the night vision masks are free this week as well, which is pretty nice. In terms of new additions for this week, the go-karts have finally been added to the race creator in their own subclass, which is amazing. This took almost a year. I'm not sure why Rockstar took so long to do this, but for those of you race creators out there, all you gotta do is check this box next to the go-kart in the race creator, and the host of the race will be able to put that as a subclass. I can't wait to see what kind of races the community comes up with. It's gonna be a great addition to the game for sure. In terms of double money, we have double money NRP on the Motor Wars adversary mode, auto shop deliveries, exotic exports, and the most unexpected one of all, double money NRP on the original heist. So those are the Fleece job, Prison Break, Humane Labs, Series A, and the famous Pacific Standard job. Now remember that these are the original heists, so all of them except for Fleesa require 4 players to do, and 4 players for the setups as well. Therefore the payouts, even with double money, aren't really too great in comparison to Cayo Perico or even the casino heist. And also, quite randomly, we have double RP on the Humane Labs Last Team Standing, but not double money, just double RP. Kind of strange, but that's what Rockstar decided to do. Moving on to the Prime Gamer discounts for Prime Game members only. I'll leave instructions in the pinned comment on how to become a Prime Game member if you aren't one already. So we have the same ones as the last 2 weeks, which are 70% off the Z-Type, 100% off the LCC Tank Test, making it absolutely free, and lastly we have 70% off the Bezra Jet. Also remember that just for logging in this week as a Prime Game member, you'll get a free 100,000 as usual. Again guys, if you don't save a discount on the vehicles I mentioned, it's because you don't have your Prime Gaming account linked to your social club. Again, all the information on how to do that is down below in the pinned comment. And lastly, we have of course the RC Bandito time trial, Vespucci Canals. This week's normal time trial is Elysian Island. I highly recommend Ara the Pariah, Italy GTO, Devest 8, Emerus, Krieger, Hakachu Drag, Shotaro, or a Baddie 801 for that time trial. And this week's premium race is the motorcycle race Art to Art. I highly recommend either the Shotaro or the Hakachu Drag for that race. Every Friday I post a guide on how to easily beat the time trials and premium race, so stay tuned for that if you're new. Anyways guys, hope this was helpful. This event week is definitely themed around the original heist with the vehicle discounts and of course the original heist on double money. Now obviously they're not too great for making money even with double money. Again, we're talking about 7 years worth of new content and new heists in comparison to these original heists from 2015. So again, it's more of a way for you to kind of go back and do them again for some nostalgia, but other than that, there's pretty much no reason to do them if you're trying to grind for money. Anyways guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.